So first we did multiplying monomials, and now we're going to do dividing monomials. Multiplying and dividing all in one day.
Wow, this is
Intense.
math goes too fast when you're oh damn it slipped. Like there's no
So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to learn how to do multiplication and division with algebra tiles and also without them. Now, if we were doing them without algebra tiles, we simplify the coefficients like we would do if it was a fraction. If you had 6 over 3, can you simplify that?
Yeah.
What is 6 divided by 3?
Nothing.
2. So we would know we'd have a 2. And if you have x squared on top, which is x times x, and you have x on the bottom, what's going to happen?
3x.
You're going to be left with just 1x on the top or the bottom?
The top.
On the top. So we're left with 2x. Now, in order to figure this out with algebra tiles, what we do for algebra tiles is multiplying algebra tiles makes an area. So we set up a chart.
Wouldn't it be 2x squared?
And inside that chart, we have to do 6x squareds, and we're dividing it by 3x. So along one of the sides of our chart, we're going to put 3 x's. Would I shade them in or not?
Yeah.
Yes. And inside of our chart, we're going to make 6x squareds. 1. And we can only go up to the 3 x's to fit them in, so I have to make my next ones go underneath here. Whoa.
Great job.
And these would be shaded in too. Yeah.
Why?
The question when you're dividing is what goes on this side?
Negative.
What would fit there
1.
to measure from here up to here?
Anything. Chocolate bars. Watermelon.
Can you see that 1x would fit the same length as an x squared and another x?
So we're like playing Tetris?
So the answer is 2 x's, because that's how you would model it and show it with algebra tiles. The algebra tiles is a little bit confusing there.
Do we have to make this chart like this chart? Because it really confused me. I hadn't seen it till this chart came into play.
I understood it before, but now this is just...
Well,
I'm going to use
already pissed me off.
an idea.
Your mom like that?
Yeah, I do. I'm not that bad to my mom.
All right, you guys know that 3 times 5 is 15.
Now I do.
Okay? Another way to show 3 times 5 is to make a rectangle. And if I made 3 times 5 on a rectangle, how many squares would it make? If I made 3 this way?
Do I have to draw this too?
No, you don't have to draw this. Just hopefully helps you understand what's happening.
Oh, I
It makes 15. Okay? So when we have 2x times by 3x, we can draw a rectangle for this as well.
I can't.
So if I set up a rectangle to show the multiplication, on one side I put 3 x's. On the other side
You're in cadets?
I put 2 x's. Shade them in because they're all positive. What would fill up this space? This is the idea of algebra tiles. If you have 2 x's here and 3 x's there, what would you need to fill up that whole space? Can you see that big squares would fill up 3 across this way and 3 across this way?
As he doesn't show up.
And so
I'll be like,
2x times 3x will make 6x squared. So not only are you going to have to be able to do it without algetiles, there will be questions that ask you to do multiplication with algetiles and division with algetiles. Anytime you're trying to do division, the number on top is the area of the space that you have, and what you're dividing by is one of the sides, and you have to find the other side. Okay, so here is our next question. This one we are going to do just algebraically.
algebra. I didn't want to work. I think I was making up for it.
So we look at the numbers. 8 divided by 4 is
2.
2.
Thank you.
We have an x on the top. Do we have any x's on the bottom?
Nope.
So we're going to be left with
1x.
1x on the top. We have a y on the top and a y on the bottom. What's going to happen? They're going to cancel out each other,
And there's no y.
and there's no y's left, so our answer
Boom!
is 2x.
Same as the other one.
Wait, is this drawing something on the test?
The drawing stuff is going to be on your test as
Are you
well.
going to draw for this one?
No, I'm not going to draw for this one. I'm just going to use ones with x's to draw with.
This does have an x.
It has a y as well. Yes.
So that
Look how big it goes.
and 6x squared divided by
Oh, you're going to go like this. Shut up! That's what you look like. Shut up!
So 27 over 9. 27 divided by 9. What's that equal to? 3. X squared on the top and an x on the bottom. What are you going to be left with?
1x.
1x is going to be left. So there's our answer.
We have math every single day. Like, let's go back.
I can go back. So negative 15mn divided by 3m, this means the same as this. So now we look at our coefficients. What's going to happen when we do negative 15 divided by 3? Negative 5. Negative 5n. Because the m's are going to cancel out.
She's texting me back. She's like, Polynomials is like, I just didn't say Polynomials. I'm like, it was
Here is what we're going to be doing.
more homework.
More homework.
Yeah.
Can you go back? I didn't see it.
I can go back.